Hey everyone, Fatty from Pack a Punch Traders here. Gonna make a quick daily video lesson going over to some plays today and going over some lessons as well. I 0 for 0 today. Didn't trade. Didn't see much early on. But by the time a good play came around, I was busy doing other stuff and couldn't get it midday. So unfortunate ending the month with nothing today, but it's okay. We're gonna see what's setting up tomorrow. Today, a great play was BKSY right out of the watch list. I was waiting for this to either go up or down because I had a plan for it either way. We had the $3 multi-day breakout if it chose to go higher because it's still below at 250, 260s when we were making the plan yesterday, going over it. So we got that 3 break, and if it were to fail, it is up enough for a potential multi-day bounce. So I was sitting back, relaxed, just gonna see which pattern sets up. And today it ended up being that $3 breakout. We got a solid test of that. It kept making higher lows here, and then kind of just burst right through 3, held up for a few minutes, and from there it took off again to the mid to high threes. So I don't know how much more this could go. The higher the better. But now I'm just going to be looking for that multi-day bounce on this. But solid play. Just totally missed it. Another decent call. It was low volume, not ideal, but it did kind of do what I wanted. I did not go as far as I wanted, but it did at least retest the highs of Friday. We got a little fake out. So solid resistance right around 330. So if this could come back, could possibly be a breakout, but low volume right now. So we have to wait for that to come back. It is a low float, I am pretty sure. Yeah, 6.6 million. So yeah, just not enough volume today. As you can see, volume is very important to these plays. BKSY, decent perk today in volume. Not as much as what it did this first day, but it had enough to have an imbalance between buyers and sellers within the moment, and we got this solid rip. And then early on, I was looking at PSHG for a potential open price play, um, a VWAP claim, as it really reminded me of AVDL from last Friday. Here we are trying to bounce off of the lows here, breaking over yesterday's high, trying to hold it right on 75 cents, but got stuffed in the low 80s, but still holding up relatively well. It is a super low float in market cap, so I will be eyeing this until it totally breaks down. I think this could possibly give a squeeze. So I don't know if this will fill the gap all the way back to the high ones. I'm just looking for a quick 10, 15, maybe 20% move to profit off of. So keep this on watch, but this just went sideways today. Not enough sellers to really tank it, not enough buyers to really squeeze out the shorts and squeeze higher. So just sideways today. We'll see how this sets up for later. Another one this morning. The open price. There's 3 ways a play could work out. It could go up, down, or sideways, as you saw with PSHG. This one here. This one ended up failing the open price and VWAP level and ended up getting stuffed, as you can see, all day fade. So sometimes these gappers, if they don't work out around the open price level, it's a key area. So we just look to judge if the sellers or the buyers are going to take control. And in this case, sellers take control. It gets volume exhaustion into the high a day and open price, making a higher low on the day. Not the best history here on the chart. Some history of running, but not much since. And it did a lot of volume that day. Hasn't been able to do much like that since, really. So just a bunch of overhead resistance at every level, pretty much. So it was more of a waiting game to see if this could hold up and trigger shorts, but just not enough buyers here. They got exhausted and it just faded all day. That's all we could really say about it. But, maybe tomorrow we'll see an example of the open price play working out where it sets up like this, it does hold up, doesn't fail, and that will trigger a move higher. So, You can go either short or long off this pattern depending on the momentum. So you just got to gauge the volume and price action, really. Anything else really today to go over? Um, yeah, MULN. Didn't go over this. This was one of the good plays today. Totally missed it and underestimated it. I was really waiting for that 150 break. That's all I was really thinking early on. Could have possibly taken it as an open price play to test that breakout level. Um, as you can see here, there's a couple opportunities. But the way this thing moves, not that fast besides this quick move in the morning. So it is a larger float. Yeah, 266. Good volume today, though. Very impressive. So, we'll see how this holds up. Could trigger a breakout play over 150. That might be interesting. But I'm still waiting for that level, so I didn't really eye this that much today. And there were a couple plays, INDO and HUSA. These are energy plays. Um, and I guess you could say MULN, right? This is a electric play, electric auto, EV play. So where is the other one? HUSA, INDO. So these had a hard time pushing higher. Just overhead resistance, what we always talk about. You have that rip, volume exhaustion. You get the multi-day bounce, and from there, it's like a bouncing ball. It starts fading. You might get a couple good bounces, but ultimately not enough force to give you a really solid bounce. And you see it again today. Maybe this sets up for something else. Oil is, I hear, spiking. So we'll see how this reacts. The INDO and HUSA kind of work together here, as you can see with the chart. This one moved a bit more, but ended up getting stuffed right at resistance. Um, so yeah, so good lessons kind of judging the key levels. Got to see how the volume reacts there. In this case here, you got the volume exhaustion, and it couldn't sustain much more. You could look at it as a fade in volume while it's fading here and holding up, showing some strength. But at some point, you're gonna need a follow through, and it did not get any follow through. Each perk higher ended up getting stuffed. So you kind of really had to judge more than just the volume and the fade. There's a couple other factors because here you have the lower high with the fading volume, no follow through. Each time some buying does come through, ends up getting stuffed. Not really bullish indicators, really. Not enough buyers, as you can see. These are probably just maybe some chasers. Um, just nothing really much here. Near resistance, you want to see this act a little better. There just isn't enough volume and upwards momentum as it's making lower highs um, to prove that it's going to squeeze higher. So decent lesson there on that. And that's also similar with the open price. We're talking about TMBR. Just judge the momentum. These key areas, open price. Once it's below that, momentum is for the under. It's below. Most people will be red. So unless you're short, you want it to go down. So if it's creeping back up, this is an area where now it's proving to hold and it's going green, showing some strength. If it could keep holding that area after failing to break down and it has some shorts trapped, they're going to want to cover. And that'll lead to a spike. So we'll just wrap it up there. Hope everyone had a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to make another video lesson here in a minute, going over my watch list, top plays of it. So we'll catch you guys later. Have a great one.